Hello, and welcome to The Efficient Carpenter. I'm Kyle, and on this channel, I like to go over tips and tricks and tools that's helped me along my way, and hopefully it'll help you be more efficient with your carpentry game. And today being Friday, man, I got done early, so I'm pretty excited about that. And then I came home and had a new sweet tool sitting on my front door. I got the Festool CT26 dust extractor. So yeah, I was pretty pumped about seeing that, and I figured I would open her up, make a video about it, and show you some of the key features and what led me to purchase this. So let's open it up and talk about it. So starting out, I ordered this through Hartville Hardware, and I've ordered a few things with them, and they've been excellent. So if you're interested, I'll put a link down in the description, and you can check them out. First things first, on top you see I got the Bluetooth module also to go along with it. This is something you do have to purchase extra, but Hartville is nice enough to go ahead and put it in the box for me. And I can go over that here in a little bit and show you how that installs. Let's get this thing out. Gotta love the smell of new tools. Boom. She's a beaut. And as you can already see, rolls around with these nice caster wheels and these big ones in the back. Man, already feels great. Starting out up here at the top, it comes with a 25-foot cord. I mean, that right there is money. Because if anybody does a lot of carpentry work, or you already know how it is with short cords and stuff on tools. So having that 25-foot cord right there already makes a huge difference. On the front, very, very simple right here. Just have an auto function, which is, if you look right here, you can plug your tools in. And so what that will do is if a tool's plugged in there, and as soon as you hit or turn the tool on, basically, if you have it set to auto, then the dust extractor is automatically going to come on. Right here you have an adjustment knob for the amount of power, so you can turn it down if you don't want an extreme amount of suction, or you can turn it up all the way. And this specific dust extractor has 137 CFM, so plenty of suction power, and anyways, just great. And then right here is where the Bluetooth module will actually attach. Just remove the 2 screws, insert the Bluetooth module, and then you're ready to rock. So I'll show you how to do that here in a little bit. Some other features on the outside of it. You can see right here, it's already set up for sustainers. So if you already have sustainers, then this will set you up, and you can put your sustainers right on top of it, and you're ready to rock. Right here you got the hose garage, which the hose actually comes inside the machine already. So we'll open it up and pull the hose out. Let's open her up. All right. Got a nice HEPA filter right there that you can see right off the bat. Easy to get to, easy to clean if you needed to. We have an 11.5-foot anti-static braided, so it's pretty sweet hose. Also in the bag right here is this is the holder that you attach on the back for the cord to wrap around, which is a nice feature, especially because it has a quick release. Basically, if you had it wrapped up, you can quickly unravel it by doing that, and you can take the cord off quickly. Again, here in a little bit I'll put that on. Comes with the manual for the CT26, the 36 and 48. So those 3 models are obviously very similar, just different sizes. Right here, the whole reason why it's called the CT26, because this is designed to take 26 liters of material, or it's the equivalent of, I believe it's 6.8 gallons, or right around there. Also comes with a self-clean, what it says. Bag. And then, what else we got? Just warranty information. So if you ever need a warranty in it, it's got a little card that you can scan it and do your warranty. All right. So let's get this opened up here and I'll show you how the hose and stuff works and how it stores in the hose garage on top. So, I mean, this is also another great feature. I mean, wow, I think this is what made me really start leaning towards getting this Festool dust extractor, is the fact that it has a lot of great features. Not only, you know, does it look nice, does it work great, but you can actually store the hose in the top here. And it tucks away in there. And you can still have it actually plugged in too. That's how I usually rock it also. You can have it still, it's got room here where you can still have it connected. But as you can see, the hose sits down there nicely and stores it way easily. And it actually has some sustainers. So like, even the Makita, all right? So this is set up for different ways. Like say the Makita box is a little bit different than some, so it has different connection points that you can put it in there to store it. Let's see how this one works. Got it backwards. Pop those out a little bit. So as you can see, boom. Now the Makita box fits on there, no problem, which is great. This is the Makita track saw. So if you ever want to see a video on that, maybe I'll make a video on that. I love that thing too. Boom, unclick it, comes right off. I also have like the Mirka sander. So here's the Mirka, which actually goes on there a lot easier. It just slides in and has, once it catches, and then all you gotta do is do that. And now it's locked on there. So I love that. Another good video to make about the Mirka sander here. Great tool to have. So some other things to talk about. It has a powerful 1200 watt motor, so there's plenty of suction. Like I said, 137 CFM, so more than enough suction for what I use it for. I use it for sanding and cleaning. I can hook it up to different tools. Let me show you a couple things real quick. Like the Mirka. This works great with the Mirka. I already own the Mirka. I don't own a Festool sander, so I had the Mirka first before I ever got a dust extractor, but I can just show you with the Mirka real quick how nicely it works. If you look here, this thing is pretty much ready to rock for the Mirka. So simply just plug it in, boom, that's it. And then whenever you're using it, if you want to use the auto function, you would just plug it in, have the machine plugged in, and then once you had the Mirka turned on, as soon as you hit the paddle, it would automatically come on. Now, if you didn't want to have it coming off and on every time you stopped sanding, then you can turn it to manual, and then it would just stay on, and you can run it with manual. So let's get that out of the way. Oh, another great feature. It has this nice little brake stop thing here. So say I travel with the trailer a lot, and so I wouldn't want it to be moving around, flying all over the place in my trailer, banging stuff around. So this is an awesome feature that has the stop that would keep it from moving around in the trailer. And then with your foot, you can just hit that and it would release, and now you can move it around again. It does have a little weight to it. This is 30 pounds, right around 31 pounds. But it's not bad, especially because it rolls around and it's not difficult at all. Some other key things to go over are some of the accessories that you can get for it. You can get a tool accessory which got handlebars that you can hold tools. Another thing that you can get for it is it's called it's a boom arm that like if it's especially in a stationary environment like in the shop, if you didn't want the hose constantly like rubbing the ground and in your way, they do sell a boom that swivels that you can hold that holds your hose up in the air basically, and kind of helps reduce some of the fatigue whenever you're using it. When I'm using it for sanding, I usually just hold it like this. Hold one end up and just sand. That way it's not constantly dragging. Although the boom has been something that I've been considering, or making some type of boom myself. So I know I've already been talking about it. Obviously I've used it before. It's because this is not actually my first one. This is actually my second one. My first purchase was a CT26, and I bought the auto clean version, which was overkill, honestly. And that's something I can go over in another video and talk about that and why it's overkill. But I do have experience with this dust extractor, or this type of dust extractor already, and I've loved it. It's made my life so much easier as far as just the ease of use, the fact that it rolls around inside like easily, and then I love the Bluetooth function. I mean, that right there is, I feel like this is like, if you're gonna buy one, you better go ahead and get the Bluetooth module. And the reason why I say that, let's open up this Bluetooth module. So as far as the Bluetooth module goes, there's not a whole lot to it, like I said. I can get it out the box. So it's pretty basic looking. It's really just a plug and play. So you would just, I can do it right now on camera actually. It only takes a few minutes. So all you're gonna do is get your little Allen key set. So save the screws, because you gotta reuse the screws. It doesn't come with new screws. So save your screws. You gotta use those again. Alright, so when you pop it off, all you gotta do is there's a little place right here with 4 prongs that this plugs into. Make sure it's sitting properly. There we go. And then that's really, as far as the vacuum itself, that's all you need. So the other nice feature is that it comes with a little remote, and the little remote can actually go on the hose. So it's right there at your fingertips all the time. So that's great. And also, if you look on here, you know, it shows like a saw or whatnot. So if you have other Festool tools that are cordless, the cordless tools for Festool are Bluetooth enabled. So you can use a cordless tool and you can use the battery, and it will sync up to the dust extractor. And then whenever you're powering that tool on, even though it's cordless, it will automatically turn on the vacuum, and the vacuum will start running, or the dust extractor, excuse me, will start running. The little remote, and it comes with 2 different size bands. So one for the smaller hose, this smaller anti-static hose, and that's not hard to put on either. I go ahead and clip one side in, like so, and then you just wrap it around your hose, and it stretches nicely. This is silicone, so it hasn't been ripping or anything, and boom, ready to rock. So now this is at your fingertips. So especially if you're like just trying to vacuum something up real quick, now you can just hit the button and suck up whatever dirt and whatever you need. So I mean, that right there to me is already money. So when you're on a ladder or crawling around on your hands and knees, you're not having to go back and forth to the dust extractor, turning it on, turning it off. So to me, Bluetooth is a must have. Like, you should just, if you're gonna spend this kind of money, go ahead and buy the Bluetooth adapter. All right, so speaking about money, we'll talk about the cost. It's not cheap. You know, that part is a little bit of a hard pill to swallow, and that it made me wait for a very, a good year or so before I was ever like, because, I was like, again, my whole channel is about being efficient, and I'm really budget conscious. I like to save my money, but at the same time, the more I thought about it, I'm like, this is gonna make me money. Honestly, this is gonna pay for itself in time and frustration, and it has. They have. Again, like I said, I had the CT26 already, so it was even more expensive, but it's been great. The whole reason why I bought a second one is because I travel a lot in a trailer and do work in people's homes, but then at the same time, I'm working in here. And yes, I have dust extracting, but when it came to sanding and stuff like that, like, it's just being a pain. And I got tired of taking the dust extractor out of the trailer, bringing it in, and then putting it back, before I went out to a job. And so finally I broke down and said, all right, I gotta get a second one. Like, I love it that much, it's worth it. I'm gonna get a second one that way. One can stay in the shop all the time, and one can stay in the trailer all the time, and I'm not moving back and forth. Again, it really comes down to that efficiency. I get tired of, I got sick of moving things around, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Felt like I was doing it just too much. So it was eating up time, so I just went ahead and broke down and got a second one. Let's see. I will, let me go ahead and put everything together, and then, I'll give like an example here with the sander, just so you can check it out and you can hear the volume and stuff. So just give me a moment, and then we'll come back after I assemble it, and we'll check out the sound and check it out with the sander and show the auto functions. All right, I'm back. I got everything put together. As you can see, I got the cord holder on the back, so that's actually really nice and convenient. It keeps the cord out of the way. And like I said, if you want to like quickly pull the cord out, you can just turn this right here, and boom, you can pull the cord all the way out and use it. Some other things that I didn't talk about is like the filter bag. So the nice thing about the filter bags is the way they actually go into the dust extractor. So if you look on here, there's this little clip mechanism right here. So how that works is the bag actually can go in here folded, and then there's a little catch right here. So what you do is, and that's a little harder to see, but there's a little catch in there, and all you gotta do is pop the bag in there, and this green lever comes down, and now the bag is seated in there. And then as you use it, then the bag will expand and fill up. One key thing that I purchased that I recommend, and I've loved it so far, obviously the bags can get pricey if you had to continuously buy bags. But when using it for sanding and whatnot, I mean, obviously it takes a lot to fill up sanding. That's primarily what I use it for. I do use them for cleaning and whatnot. But here's another thing that I recommend. This is the Macam. It's a reusable dust bag, and they sell them for the Festool dust extractors. A little pricey, again, just for the initial purchase. It's like almost $100. It's like $92, I believe. But again, very nice pleated material, and you can see here how it connects. It's got this nice plastic connection point and a little closer. You can close it up. But how it's reusable is all it does is it has a seal on it, and you just remove this little plastic piece and then it opens up. You dump out your material, and then you slide this back on here, and that's it. It also works the same way. So it's folded up. You can put it in here. This has got the bottom catch here, and then, you know, the latch goes here. So same thing. All you gotta do is you slide it in place. Let me open this part up. Slide it in place. Get that out the way. You can take it off if you wanted to. Well, I'm putting it upside down, so that helps. All right. So then once you get it in there, all you gotta do is latch it. Now that sits in there nicely. Now, so I love that because this bag, I had the same bag in my other dust extractor, my CT26, and I've done drywall. I mean, all kinds of fine dust and everything. The filter stays clean. I mean, this thing catches everything, and I didn't notice any loss of power. So I highly recommend this accessory if you're gonna go this route. So I'm just gonna go ahead and leave that in there because I plan on using it. I mean, this is so great how convenient that is. Of course, I tried, you know, using cheaper vacuums, you know, rigid and other things, and then just the filters get clogged up fast, and so the suction, you know, just dies. And, you know, using these bags, again, the filter never gets clogged. You can just do it all day long. No problem, no loss of power. So that alone right there just makes it worthwhile. So if you're doing any type of, if you're past just even if you are just a hobbyist, if you really enjoy this as a hobby, you know, woodworking as a hobby, and you care about your health, I mean, that's why I went to it, because I got tired of having the fine particles floating around the air. And I've tried you know, dust, air filters and all that kind of things. I've tried all that, and obviously it's annoying with the extra noises and everything else constantly running. So to me, this has been well worth it, and I'm very happy to add this into my shop. So this one or the other one can stay permanently. I'll actually compare the CT26 to it so you can see the difference. It's got, here's the size difference between the two. It's probably about 4 inches taller or so. And then, you know, as far as stance goes, I guess front to back it's pretty much the same. You know, that way the garage, I'm sure they use the same size garage and everything. But this is a CT36. Again, this is the auto clean version, and I should make a whole video on that, honestly, because I did overbuy, but at the same time, I'm always prepared for the future too, right? So if I have other projects like this, the auto clean function is really meant for drywall dust. And if you're actually gonna let the drywall dust make it to the filter, then the auto clean function is very useful. But having the filter bag and all that, the filter never gets dirty for me. So the auto clean function almost doesn't get used. And then it does make a banging sound with the auto clean function. So it can startle you or startle your clients. So it doesn't really get used. So I guess that was just something I realized. That's why I stepped down to the 26, because after I've used this for a while, I'm like, all right, one, I'm not filling this thing up as fast as I thought I might. And the auto clean function is just something I'm not using. So I stepped down to the 26 because I still wanted the power. I like the power. This one does have more CFM than some of the smaller models. And again, I like the fact that you can put the sustainers and everything on it. So I just went ahead and got the 26 because I like this one so much. But I knew I didn't need to have something as big. Let's talk about some other key things like accessories. So some stuff that I recommend that I had purchased that I've loved. Like I said, I've gotten the Merca. I mean, I love these basic things. I like rolling into someone's house with this. I show up, first thing I have is my sander. So that's obviously great. Have that right there at your hands. The next thing that I have with it is sandpaper, because if you're traveling, if you're a travel carpenter, if you're working in people's homes, trying to keep your sandpaper and everything organized, like I was finding that to be a nightmare. So again, this is nothing's cheap with this company, but it's all well made. Like once you have it in your hands, you're like, okay, this makes sense. I understand why it costs this much. So as you can see here, like, boom, it comes, the Sustainer, when you purchase it already comes with Festool's paper, which has been great paper, but I also have other paper, like I like the CM Cubitron, and I have some Mirka Abranet here. But anyways, just the fact that I can put them in here, and I want to put labels so I can automatically see what they are, but just the fact that you have your sandpaper handy like that, and it can all sit on top of there and roll right into the house with you, I mean, that just makes your world a lot easier. Especially, again, if you're a traveling carpenter and you know what it's like carrying things in and out, back and forth, back and forth. I mean, that eats up so much of your time just unloading and loading up. So you can easily spend 45 minutes to an hour like carrying everything in and setting everything up. So just to have everything together makes your world just so much easier and convenient. The next thing that I had to purchase, again, just to make things easier, was I got the vacuum accessories. So again, comes in the Sustainer, great. It comes with the basics. You got your extensions and whatnot. This is great, like if you're doing trim work or whatever. It's got the brush on there, so if you sand, sometimes, you know, dust gets stuck in the little crevices and whatnot. So now I can just go in there real quick, hit the Bluetooth, turn it on, and suck up all the dust off the wall or whatever I'm working on. Got a nice crevice tool. Then it got the angled handle to make it more ergonomic for use. And then you got the larger head here with the bristles, and it has rollers, so it helps you keep from marking people's floors up, like hardwood floors or whatnot. So this has just been, I thought I could live without it for a while, but once I bought it, I was like, I can't live without this. Is great. Like, it's been fantastic. So definitely recommend these accessories for it. Some other nice thing about it too is that you see it has this little green area here. So say you're having too much suction, and this will actually help opens up the airway a little bit and helps relieve some of that suction if you're getting too much. I really haven't had that issue, but it's there, it's available. But great, you know, you can just take this, got the handle on it, stick it on the dust extractor, everything's all tucked away, boom. I mean, what a nice little package that is. And plus, it makes you look so professional. I mean, I get compliments on it alone, like, wow, like, look at these nice tools. It makes things great, convenient. I mean, yeah, it gets to a big stack, but when it's on the ground, obviously it's not that bad. But yeah, now all you gotta do is roll this into your house, and you're ready to get to work, sanding or whatever. So I really can't say enough good things about having that function. All right, so I'll show you sanding with it real quick, and again, turn it on so you can actually hear it and whatnot, because I know that me watching the video, I at least want to actually see it work and see how it does. And I'll show you the Bluetooth and the auto on and whatnot. So the hose plugs in easily. The cord comes undone easily. Sorry, I'm trying to stay in the video here, but like I said, the cord comes undone easily. You just pop it all off if you want. It's one big roll. Undo it. Left it on. But you're already here. That was at full speed too. So now that you've already heard it, I'll turn it on again. I'll turn on low. So turn on manual. So there's low. You can hear that Lots of suction. I'm sure that's really loud. Let me check the Bluetooth function. Turn on auto. One thing you gotta do to connect it. So real quick, to show you how to connect the remote to the actual dust extractor. On here it shows one, like press it one time. What you want to do is, if you press it one time, you see it's got this slow blue ring going right now, it's slowly rotating. What you want to do is you want to hold it until it's fast. So we're going to press it and hold it until it goes faster. All right, that means it's ready to sync to a remote. And then on the remote, it has a Bluetooth function as well. So you're going to do that is you're going to hold it and wait till that changes. Let's see if it connects. There we go. And just like that, it connects. So you can already see that's how simple it works. You just press the button and then it turns on. Boom, turns off. So that right there, like I said, is already great. And then I have, look, you can see right here, I got a bunch of crap just sitting here. Down here, suck everything up, boom. And turn it off. Also on the hose, like I was talking about on the vacuum accessories, it actually has this little lock and unlock section. So again, if you're like getting so much suction that it's sucking down, you can actually release it, and it will reduce some of the suction coming out of the tip if it's too much, or like say you got too much coming out of your sander, because you can actually feel it pull down on the sander whenever you're using it. But I really don't have that problem. I'd rather have all the suction that I can get. I'll pull out the Merca and we'll show the auto part of it coming off and on and how convenient that is. And I'll even sand something real quick just so you can see how good it does as far as keeping the dust at bay, because that's obviously the worst thing about sanding is you don't want to wear a mask all the time. I'm not saying not to wear a mask, but it's, you know, that's annoying, especially if you have a beautiful beard like mine, because then the mask just makes it all dented and look funny. And then it's stuck like that for the next few hours. All right, so plugged in, turned it on, the Merca screen has power. So it does have a slight delay, but it's not very long. So if I gotta use it. And as you hear, it runs for like 3 seconds after, so it still gets that final bit of dust. It's not leaving a bunch of dust, so that's also great. Again, I have it set on the low setting right now, and then whenever when I'm using it, I usually just hold the hose up here out of the way, or I even tuck it sometimes, because I was always worried that, well, the hose is gonna be annoying, but I actually got used to it pretty fast. And you can get, like, if you're gonna use this permanently set up, they do have like clips and stuff that you can actually attach that clips your sander cord to the hose. Or if you're already using a Festool sander, they sell a hose that already has like the cord integrated into it, and then you can use that same cord in, you know, a lot of their tools. So again, great idea with Festool. I love that they do that kind of stuff. It does make you want to buy more of their products. This is just where I started out. This is my first Festool purchases. The CT26 was my very first purchase, and then, like I said, I followed up with the accessories to go along with it. But I'd really like to get the, you know, the domino. Just not quite there yet. All right, so we'll just do a quick sanding and show you how that works. as you can see, I mean, there is no dust floating around in this area. I know you probably can't see it, but there isn't any dust floating around here. Very great sander when it's paired up with the dust extractor. It's awesome. I know this is not a sander video, but just to show you, hey, that's how nice it works. And these things work together perfectly. Like I said, I owned the Merco before I got the Festool. I love the Merco. Not a Merco video, but again, I have links to all these things down at the bottom if you're interested in them. It does help out the channel. And plus, I mean, again, I just like helping people out, period. I love woodworking, and I like to inform others. I hope other people find enjoyment as well. All right, I feel like I've pretty much covered everything that I can think of on the top of my head. You know, gone over most of the key features. I've gone over the the noise levels, and oh well, I didn't actually say the actual decibel rating. They are rated for 78 decibels is what it is. So I did leave that out, but otherwise, I feel like I covered everything else. And hopefully, if you're on the fence, thinking about, oh, is this a worthwhile investment or not? It is. It took me a little while to actually bite the bullet and purchase it myself, but once I've had it in my possession and used it, I couldn't imagine not having it now, not doing what I do. I do a lot of woodworking in people's homes. I do a lot of accent walls, cabinetry, things like that. So for me, it's been a lifesaver. It's definitely sped things up for me. So again, very good purchase, I feel like. I'm gonna have links to everything down in the description. So if you're interested in looking at those items, I have the other things that you saw as well. I'll put those down in the description as well. But otherwise, if you like the content, like, subscribe, please follow along, help me grow, help me become better. If you have any positive words of advice, leave them down in the comments, or if you felt like I left something out, just let me know. I take in all information and help make me better. So help motivate me, and I'll hopefully motivate you guys. Otherwise, I hope everybody has a great day and keep on making. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.